Okay, so let's start to create the application. So our application name is the recruitment application. Okay, so we are going to create a couple of custom objects as well in the Salesforce. Okay, so we are going to create a recruiting application for hiring team so that hiring team can access the objects easily, okay, and they can do their work seamlessly. Okay, so let's try to create the application. Okay, so right now I am on this setup page. Okay, so this is the setup page. This is called setup page. Here you will find all features, all functions, okay, whatever you want. You can just type in here and then you will be able to find it. If you are on any particular different application, if you are on sales application, then you will have to switch to the setup mode. Okay, so for that, what you have to do is just click on this setup here. Okay, setup here, click on setup, and this is the setup page. Now this is a brand new Salesforce org I created. Okay, in this Salesforce org, we did not create any type of customization. This is completely new and it only has the standard features as of now, standard objects and standard fields. So this will be the first customization which we are going to do. So let's try to create the application. For that, you'll have to enter here App Manager. Click on App Manager and you will find all the applications which are right now present in your organization. Okay, those list. So now these are all provided by Salesforce. Here you will also see the type. Okay, it says it will support Classic, it supports Lightning. Okay, so that's how it is. When you create any application in Lightning, it will be supported in Lightning only. When you create any application in Classic, it will be supported in Classic. But if you want to use it in Lightning, then you will have to upgrade it to Lightning. Okay, so then you will see two modes. One is for Classic, exactly same. This Sales is the standard application provided by Salesforce, but you see here, one is for Classic and one is for Lightning. Okay, so let's create the application. So here we need to click on this new Lightning app. And we are going to enter the app name, which is developer name. It will automatically take. You can enter the description. As I mentioned earlier, okay, for custom applications, we can upload the logos. Okay, so for that, we have an option over here. If you have any particular logo, you can upload it. As of now, I don't have any logo, so I'm not going to upload it over here. And just click on next. Okay, now this is the page for app options. So first thing here is navigation style. Okay, so we have two types of navigation. First is standard navigation. Second is console navigation. So what is standard navigation and console navigation? Basically, standard navigation is used widely in each and every businesses. Okay, and console navigation is something which is only used in service-based companies. Okay, for example, if any company, let's take the example of Salesforce. Okay, when we opt for any Salesforce org, right? Just give me a moment. Let me see if you can. I don't see anyone here in the waiting room.
Hi, Amrapali. Actually, his name is Atif Ali Sayyed. So he's texting
Yeah,
me. He didn't join.
yeah, but I don't see him in the waiting room. Can you ask him to
Yeah, I'll ask him
try
to
to join
join again.
again?
Yeah, okay. Okay,
I'll,
thank you.
I'll wait. I'll wait for some time. Is he joining?
Actually, he's trying, but he's unable to join.
I don't see anyone in the waiting room. It's strange. Otherwise, a message popped up.
Yes. He's trying one more time, Rapali.
Okay. Okay, now I see it. Just accepted it. Okay, great. So, Atif, we are creating a lightning application in Salesforce. Okay, so this is just the first page of lightning app. So I just entered the application name. That's it, and then clicked on next button. And we were discussing about the navigation style. So as I said, standard navigation is widely used in all uh, uh, widely used globally. Okay, and the console navigation is only used in service-based companies or service businesses. Let's take the example of Salesforce. So when you opt for any Salesforce or right, and when your company is using this particular Salesforce or you might face some issues from Salesforce, and for that you create a case with Salesforce, right? So what happens is Salesforce has a service team in the backend who helps you to resolve those particular issues. Okay, so that particular business they use the console navigation. I'm going to show you how it looks. So this is a standard navigation where you will see all the tabs added here in this particular bar. But in console navigation, you will see that the tabs added here, you will have to click on this drop down arrow, okay? And then all the tabs whichever add is there, added, you can see those tabs over here. Let's say you want to work on cases. Okay, so you have to select the case over here and then you can open all cases. In standard navigation, what happens if you open any particular record, right? Only one record is open. You can open one record at a time. You cannot open multiple records in one single page. No, that's not possible, right? Now, if I want to jump to lead, and I can open a lead record over here, and I can directly open a lead. But that will be also only one lead. But in service console, what happens is you can open multiple records on a single page. For example, I'm just going to open this one, and this one also. So you see in single page, three cases are open. I can switch into three cases like this one by one, and I can work on it. So for example, let's say I'm a part of service team. One ticket has been assigned to me regarding some uh, custom object issue. Okay, and now I want to see if we have received a similar case or not regarding to that. So I can just directly search right over here, and I can find cases and I can open those cases here one by one just to go through what that case is to see how the previous agent worked on that particular case, and I can get the information. Okay, so this is the main difference between standard navigation and console navigation. The console navigation is only used in service-based organization, and standard navigation is the one which is used widely. Okay, so here we are going to use the standard navigation. Then supported form factor is desktop and phone. If I just select desktop, then it will be supported only for desktop. If I select only for phone, then it will be supported only for phone. Okay, that's why I'm selecting the first option which says desktop and phone. Okay, I'm not going to touch this setup. Okay, this is something from Salesforce, so it will be as it is. If you want your user to edit the tabs, okay, and give this option, so you can add this pencil also in your application. If you add that, then what they can do is they can add more tabs, whatever they want over here. Okay, but that will be the personalized. Okay, so for example, let's say I have created a custom application, and now Nikita is using that, Shivaji is using that, and Ted is using the same application. Okay, these three users are using the same application. But let's say I have added only 3 to 4 tabs over there, and Ted need more than that. Okay, so what he can do is he can just quickly go over here in the pencil button. Okay, search for the tab and click on add button. Okay, here it says add more items. So you can search for any tab and click on add button. Okay, that's it. But the only thing is you can add more tabs over there. You cannot remove it. If you want to remove it, then you will have to reach out to your Salesforce administrator. So for that, we have this um, setting, disable end users personalize of nav item in this application. Okay, so if I select it, then user won't be able to uh, personalize their application. Okay, so I'll just deselect it. Next, this is the page for utility item where you can add multiple utility items. For example, as you see in this page, okay, I have here a to-do list. Okay, I can click on that to-do list. I can create a new task very easily. Similarly, I can add multiple utility items over here. For example, if you are working in a service-based company, okay, and the mode of communication is call. So they might have integrated with some third-party application, which is Ring Central or something like that. Okay. So what you can do is you can add the utility item over here. Okay. And whenever you open any particular case, right, and click on that utility item, it will automatically call that user. Okay, you don't have to go the here in details, search for the mobile name and call it. No, that's not how it works. Or you don't have to go and manually, call your client. So you can just directly click on that ring center and it will automatically call it. That's how it functions. So I'm just going to show you. Click add utility items. Here you can see different utility items. You can add list views, history is there, to-do list is there, notification is there, recent items there. For Ring Central, you can use this OpenCTA software, okay, like this. And if you have any custom, maybe your developer has created, or some might be coming from any managed package, okay, so you can use those also. Here we are not going to use any utility item. Even in the image also it is showing phone, notes, to-do list, okay. So that's how it works. Next. Okay, now this is the navigation item. This is the page which makes sure that the tabs are available for your user. Okay, so we don't have as of now any custom object or any custom object tab. Okay, so we are going to use the standard object tab, which is account. Okay, so I'm going to add account over here. So for that, what I have to do is select account, click on this button, add button, and it will get added like this. And then save and next. Sometimes what happens is when you create a custom object, you may forgot the tab creation, and that's why that tab does not appear over here. Okay, or sometimes this also happens that even if you have created tab, you won't see the object because the status is different. Okay, my status is wrong. So what is that status? We are going to see when we are going to create the um, objects. But as of now, just remember that in order to add any particular object tab, first you need to create that tab. That tab should be available over here. Only then you will be able to add it. Okay. So all the standard tabs will automatically be available over here. The issue is only with the custom object tab. So whenever you create a custom object, always make sure to create the custom tab as well, and then that tab will be available and you will be able to add it. So once we create custom object, I'll show you once again how we can add the tab over here. Okay, so I have added account. Now I click on next. And this is the last page of your Lightning application. Okay, this page makes sure that the user has access to this particular application. Sometimes what happens, even if you have created the application and if you do not give access to your user won't be able to see this app in app launcher and they won't be able to use it. Sometimes this also happens that you forget to give the access to yourself as well, right? It might be happen when you are new to Salesforce. It can happen. You forget to give access to yourself, and then what happens is when you go here in the app launcher and when you search for that particular application, you see there is no application. But in the back end, you can see that the application is present. So how you are going to do that? So this particular access is based on profiles. Now what is profile? That we are going to learn in security model. But as of now, just remember that your profile is system administrator. Okay. So when we create a Salesforce org, that time Salesforce will automatically assign us the system administrator profile. And this particular profile has all the access, all the privileges in Salesforce org. Okay, you can access any feature in Salesforce. Now let's say you have a custom profile which is hiring team. So you'll have to just search for that over here and add it over there. Okay. Now what we are what we'll do is we'll consider that there is one standard profile which is standard user. Okay. This we will consider as hiring profile. Okay. Hiring team profile. So I'm going to add it over here, so that hiring team will be able to use this application or access this application. Save and finish. That's it. So what we did is first we clicked on this new Lightning app, then we added the we given the name of the application. In the next page, we make sure that the standard navigation will be selected. Uh, in the third page, we can add utility items. In the fourth page, we can add navigation items, for example, tabs for your objects. And in the last page, we can add the profiles to give access to the user. Okay, now here, our recruiting application is created. It says that supporting type is Lightning. Let's go here and refresh the page. Okay. Click on the app launcher, view all, and this is my newly created Lightning application. I'll click on recruiting app and it will get open. So as you see, I have added only one tab as of now. Okay, I only added accounts tab over here. That's why it is showing only accounts tab. Okay, so whenever we will create any custom object, those tabs also we are going to add it in the recruiting application. We can access this account, can open all accounts over here. Okay, any questions?
Is account is a tab or object?
It's the object, and Salesforce has already created a tab for the account object. So what happens is object is a table, right? It's in the backend. But how you are going to access that particular object, right? So for that, Salesforce has already created a tab for that object so that you can add this tab over here and easily access the account object. We are going to see how you can create the tab as well. Don't worry.
Okay, so it's object on account. It's account object on account tab.
It's the account object.
Amrapali, I'm trying to, kind of do what you're doing. So I don't remember. What do we put on the user profiles? Do we select any available from the available profiles when we're creating the
Yes, we selected system administrator profile because our profile is system administrator, and if we do not add that profile, even you don't see that application in the app launcher.
Got it.
That's why we have to give the access to the profiles.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Any other question, guys?
No, we can go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now we have created the Lightning application in Salesforce. Okay. And now we are going to create the custom object, our first custom object in Salesforce. So, objects, right? So, like applications, objects are also two types, standard objects and custom objects, if you remember. So, standard objects is something comes from the Salesforce, and custom objects is something which we create, okay, to meet the business requirement. So, here we are going to create two different objects, position object and candidate object for hiring team. So position object is to track the position in all stages, okay, of the process. For example, the open position, closed position, cancel position, filled position, okay. In order to track that, we are going to create the position object, and then our hiring team will be able to use it, and they will be able to create the position. For example, Salesforce administrator, Java developer, like that, okay. So let's create the first application, sorry, first object. So for that, we'll have to go to the object manager. Okay. Salesforce has given the object manager tab over here. You can just directly go here, or you can search in the setup as well. So in the object manager, you will see the list of all objects which are currently present in your organization, and those are standard objects. You see here type as standard objects. Now we are going to create a first custom object. So for that, click on this create button and create custom object. Okay. Here I'll add the label as position. Object name it will automatically take, and then we'll have to give the plural label, okay, for tab. So here example is also given. Account is the object, okay. Account is the label, and plural label is accounts. So similarly, we have created position, right? And plural label is position, because positions can store multiple records in it, right? In accounts, we can see multiple records, 10 records, 15 records, 20, 1,000, 10,000, like that. You can give the description over here. Let's say this object is shows information about the open jobs position at a company. Now, I'll just scroll down. I have given the label, plural label, description, and yeah. Now we are going to see this name field, okay, record name field. So whenever you create any custom objects in Salesforce, okay, each and every object will have name field, okay. For example, account name, contact name, opportunity name, okay. Similarly, it has already taken the record name as position name. You can create the name field. We have two different types of data types. First is text, meaning that you will get a text box where you enter, type in the value, or you can automatically create the number as well. So if I select this auto number, then the page will slightly change. We have to give the display format and starting number. But here I want this as a text, because position can be different, right? Multiple. For example, Salesforce admin, Java developer, and other. Let's say automation testing. Okay, these might be the positions. Okay, so we need to fill those positions. So for that, we are going to keep it as a text. Then we have some optional features. Allow reports, allow activities, and track history field. So if you remember in the first session, when we go through the overview of Salesforce, introduction of Salesforce, that time I told you that we can track the history as well, right? Field history as well. So if you want that, so you'll have to enable this feature while creating custom object. Let's say that there is a custom object already created by previous admin. Okay, when that object is created, that time there was no requirement to track the field history, but now uh, client is asking us to track the field history as well. So you don't have to do anything, just go to the settings, right? Open that particular custom object setting and edit it and enable this box, track field history. Okay, once you do that, the feature will be available. I'm going to select this allow activities and allow report so that I can create a report as well on this. Even if you don't select it, there is no harm in that. Okay, in future, in case if you want to use this particular feature, let's say that now in future after 6 months of object creation, client is asking to create report. Okay, so you can just directly come in over here, allow reports, okay, and save this so that you can create reports on this particular object. I'm going to select this as of now here. I'm not going to touch this object classification, and this is the development status. So as I said earlier, while creating or adding the tabs in Lightning application, right? Even if the object is created, okay, you won't be able to see that there. Why? Because the status is wrong. If the status is in development, you won't be able to see the tab. Okay, so you have to make sure that the status will always be deployed. Once it is deployed status, only then you will be able to see that tab in the application. So make sure that the status is correct, which is deployed and not in development. Sometimes what happens is, let's say if we are working in a real-time Salesforce org, right? And we create a custom object, then if you want that the object should not be available for any other user, then you can use this in development feature. Okay, but once you deployed this for your user, always make sure that it is in deployed status. Okay, now the search status will be allow search. I'm going to do that because you will going to search the records here in global search. Okay, and I'm going to also add this notes and attachment. This is the option is only available while you first time create the object. Okay, if you do not select this option, then later on you cannot add this. So for that one, that's the reason I'm going to add it. Okay, and this is the option to create the custom tab for your object. So here what we are doing is we are creating a custom object. We are creating a table, and adding a custom tab means adding a name to your tab object. So either you can launch it from here. So if I select this and click on save, okay, it will automatically take me to the tab creation page. But let's say if you forget to create the tab from here, then what you can do is just simply go to the setup, enter here tab, click on tabs. Click on this new for custom object tabs. And then whatever custom object is available, okay, that will be gonna show over here. You have to select that and then save it. So one tab is only for one object. You can create one tab per object. You cannot create multiple tabs per object. No, one tab per object is there. As of now, we have not yet saved this. That's why it is not showing any object over here because we don't have any custom object. So what I'll do, I'll just launch the new custom tab wizard from here itself. So I have selected this. Now I will save this. Okay. So now it has automatically taken the object as position. We are going to select the tab style. Kind of emoji is there. I'm going to select the first one. That's it. Next. This is the tab visibility for all the profile. Okay, default on means the user has the profiles has access. Default off means also profile has access, but that tab you'll have to find it in the app launcher over here. It will not be in the application. And then tab hidden means user or profile does not have access to that particular tab. As of now, this is by default on for all the profiles over here, as you see, right? By default on. But if the requirement is to only give access to some of the users, okay, then those profiles you will have to select it. For example, I'll make sure that tab is hidden for everyone. And I'll go here, apply different tab visibility for each profile. Let's say this is only applicable for Salesforce administrator and a standard user. That's it. So I'm going to make it as default on, and then all the profile, they won't be able to view this particular tab. It will be only accessible by standard users and system administrator. That's it. Okay, so let's go here and make the visibility as default on for all users. Okay, like this. So you can change the visibility. You can make sure which profile can access that tab, which profile should not have access to that tab. Okay, so this you can do. Click on next. Okay, now when you create a tab for your custom object, okay, this is the page for all the custom apps to where you can add the tab. For example, sales application, service application, marketing application is there. Okay, so all these are applications, but I do not want it want to add it from here. I'll just show you how to add it from the navigation item. But if this is, I'm doing it because we just created the lightning app, right? And that's why I'm just showing it to you. But in real time scenario, if you are creating any particular custom object and applications are already there in place, then what you have to do is just select the application where you want to add the tab, okay, and just save it. That's it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go to the long way. Open the application, open the navigation item, then add it. No, just simply select the checkbox from here and save it. But as of now, I'm not going to do it because I want to show it from the application. Okay, now save. So the tab is created, object is created, tab is created. You see here, object is created. Okay, this is the API name, which is the unique name, okay, for each object and field. So you see, whenever you create any custom object or custom field, that will be always end with underscore underscore C. Now this underscore underscore C, I did not add it. Okay, I just added the position. That's it. Salesforce will automatically add it to recognize that this is a custom object. Okay. Now let's go from here in the app manager. Open the recruiting application. and edit. We'll go to the navigation item. Okay. Now, as we created the position object, it should be available. Position, you see. So now I will select this. I will add it over here and save. Now let's go here and refresh the page. Okay, great. Now account tab is there and position tab is there. Now you will see if I go to all, I don't see any record because this is newly created object, right? And it does not have any record created for it. When I click on this new button, I only see position name and owner field. Why? Because we just created this object, and if I go to the fields and relationship, I see that only 4 fields are created by default, which is standard fields. So first is position name, owner, created by, and last modified by. If I create a record right now, okay, created by and last modified by, it does not show up when you are creating a record. It will gonna show once the record is created. So it will capture the date, time, when that record was created. Okay. So now object is there. Now let's create the fields, custom fields. So as you know, fields are columns for your object where you can store the information, right? For example, name is there, uh, date is there, open date, close date, let's say, status is there. Okay, so these kind of different fields or different columns we can add it, okay, in the object to capture all the information. So I'm going to create the first custom field, which will be status field, and status field will have some predefined values. For example, new position, pending approval, open approved, closed field, like that. Okay, and we'll have to give these predefined values over there so that whenever we will create any record for position, we can select a value. So I'm just going to show you the example. So for account, if I go to details, I see rating field. Okay, so here it has already predefined values. From those predefined values, I have to select one value and I have to save it. Okay, so exactly similar field, we are going to create it for position object. Okay. So for that, I'll just click on this new button. Once I click on this new button, data type page will gonna open where you'll see we have so many data types. For example, we have text, we have number, we have email, we have date time, currency, checkbox, okay, formulas, auto number, all these are data type, okay, and what this data type does, okay, that is also given over here. The explanation for the data type is also given. For example, text, it says allow user to enter any combination of letters and number. Phone, allow user to enter any phone number, automatically formatted as a phone number. Then we have number field, allow user to enter any number. Email field is also there. Okay, so we can enter email. Then we have date field, so we can enter date. We have checkboxes which allow user to select true or false value. True means checked and false means unchecked. Do we have any checkbox? No, we don't have as of now. Okay, that's fine. So now we need to create a drop down field which will have multiple values, and from those values we need to create one value. So for that we have this option, pick list. Okay, it says allow users to select a value from the list you define. Then we have another option, which is pick list multi-select. So in this scenario, what happens is user can select multiple values from the list. Let's say I have defined 50 values. Okay, so from those 50 values, user can select any values. Let's say 10 values, 20 values can select. So that's the reason it called as multi-select. But we need only, our requirement is to create a field which will have some uh, predefined list, predefined value, and from those values, user can select only one value at a time. So for that, we are going to select pick list. Next, here I'm going to give the name as status. Okay, now field name it will automatically take. Okay, it's the API name or unique name as well. Now I have to define the values. Okay, so I'll just select this second option, enter values with each value separated by a new line. And I will add values here like this. New position, pending approval, opened approve. Okay, like this. If you select this and just separating it by comma, it will not going to work because Salesforce will consider this as a one option. Okay, so that's why we always need to write our values separated by new line. Okay, you can display it alphabetically if you want. If you can use the first value as default as well. And here, you can also make the field that's required. Okay, from here, when you create a field, you can make the field required. But as of now, I'm not going to make it required. You can enter description and some help text. So help text is something which will be available for your users. So let's say if this is the field. So beside that, you will see a small eye icon, okay? And when you hover over on it, it will just show you what that particular field is and what information you have to give on over there, like this. Okay, eye is showing it. When I hover over on it, it shows some display text. This text displays on detail and edit pages when users hover over on the info icon. Okay, next to the field. So you can give them. Okay, and now next. Okay, this is the page where we make sure that users has access to that particular field. Okay, so all the profile as of now has visible access. Visible means read and edit. Okay, and if we just select this read only, that means user only has read access. Okay, user cannot edit it. User cannot change the value. But using this visible, user can read it and edit it as well. Okay, so I'm going to keep this as it is. Next. Now a page layout, in the page layout the field will automatically added. What is page layout and all that we are going to see in the next session. But as of now, just remember that whenever you create a new field, it will by default automatically add to the layout. Okay, if you do not want, you can just deselect it. But as of now, I want it because it will automatically add it. Click on save. Okay, great. A status field is created. You can see the field name. Okay, status underscore underscore C. This is also added by Salesforce to identify that this is a custom field, and it also has the predefined value. So let's go here and refresh the page. Let's go to the position. Okay, click on new button. sometimes it doesn't show the new feature added instantly. It may take some few times. Okay, it's here in the status field. And as you see, our values are here. Okay, now you are using these values, but in future, let's say if these values are your company does not want to use this value, okay, you can just deactivate it and you can always add new values, deorder it, okay, and replace it. Let's go and refresh it once again to check whether it is showing value. Just a record. Okay. And now new position is by default taking here as status. Okay. So status is taking new position. Let's go and try to create new record. It will show here in some time. Just a minute. Okay, yeah. Now it is showing. Great. So by default, it is taking the new position. Why? Because we have make sure that uh, this particular value should be default. Okay. As you see here, I made this value as default. That's why it is taking new position as by default. Okay. So like this, you can create your custom object and custom fields. So in the assignment, we are going to give you each and every step, okay, of creating custom object and also what type of fields you need to create, what will be the name for that field. That also information is there in the assignment. Okay, any question here?
No.
I just have a quick question, Amrapali.
Mhm.
So that assignment you're talking about, are we gonna get it today or over the weekend on WhatsApp, or how does it work?
Yeah, it will be on WhatsApp group and we will share it in some time today only.
And would that assignment be same for everyone, or everyone has to make different app?
No, it's same for everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Okay, any other question? So we have taken only one field as of now. Okay. In that assignment, you will see number of fields, different types of fields there. Data type is also given. The name of the field is also given. Try to create the field. If you, let's say, have any questions, okay, you can just reach out to us or in the next class, we will see that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it for today, guys. We will meet you between the next class. Thank you so much for attending this session.
Happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy weekend. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, Amma.